Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the Light Corner. Are you excited? Yay! I'm excited. It's another story time. Good job. Now, today we are going to be reading another very interesting story. Today's story is super interesting. Daniel learns another lesson. Who can guess what lesson Daniel learns this week? Let's find out. But you know what you need to do, right? Close your eyes, close it. Ta-da! Wow, what's the title of today's story? Daniel learns to be patient. This is very interesting. Who knows what patience means? What does it mean to be patient? Do you know? Okay, we'll find out in today's story, okay? Come with me, let's read. It was a Friday morning and Daniel was very excited. His class teacher had announced that the children would be planting flower seeds in the school garden. Every child will receive a small pot, some soil, and a special seed to plant. How many of you have planted a seed before? Good. Let's see what happens next. Daniel could hardly wait. I want my flower to grow today, he said. Tunde laughed. Daniel, flowers don't grow in one day. But Daniel didn't want to wait. When the teacher gave everyone their seeds, she explained carefully. Plant the seeds into the soil gently. Water it a little. Don't pour too much water. Water it a little and put it under the sun. Give it time. Be patient. In few days, you will begin to see your seeds growing. Daniel nodded. He was already thinking about how he could make his own flower grow faster. He did not want to wait. He wasn't patient. That afternoon, he placed his pot in a sunny spot outside the classroom. He put his soil inside the pot. Then he planted his seed. You remember his teacher gave him a seed, right? Good job. He planted his seed and he watered it. Then he sat next to the pot and he was waiting for the plants to grow. Before we continue, let me show you the pictures. Can you see the picture of Daniel sitting close to his pot, waiting for the plants to grow immediately? Good. Let's see what happens next. After 10 minutes, he looked at the soil. Nothing was happening. He waited for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, still nothing. This is taking too long, Daniel complained. The next morning, he rushed to his flower pot. Still no flower. Daniel became frustrated. If I dig up the seed, maybe I can see what's happening inside, he thought. So, do you know what Daniel did? He brought out a little shovel and he began to dig out the soil from the pot. He was digging it out. He dug it out until he dug out the seed. And guess what? The seed was looking exactly the same. Can you see a picture of Daniel digging out his seed? Because he wasn't patient. So he put back the seed into the soil and then he covered it with more soil. A few hours later, he dug it up again. Then the next day, he went there and dug it up again. He kept on digging up the seed because he wanted the seed to grow immediately, but it wasn't growing. Daniel simply could not wait. Meanwhile, Tunde, do you remember Tunde? Who is Tunde? Good, Daniel's friend. Tunde left his seed alone and simply watered it from time to time like his teacher told him. Several days later, tiny green shoots appeared in Tunde's pot and the pot of many other children. Their flower began to grow. But Daniel's pot remained empty. The seed has been damaged because Daniel kept digging and digging. When Tunde saw Daniel looking sadly at his pot, he came to Daniel and sat beside him. What happened, Daniel? Why is your seed not growing? Daniel sighed. It is because I kept digging out the soil and digging out the seed because the plant wasn't growing immediately and I wanted it to grow quickly. Tunde nodded. My dad says some good things take time. Then he shared the Bible verse with Daniel. Romans chapter 8 verse 25. But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. Can you see the picture of Tunde talking to Daniel? Good job. Daniel thought about the verse. He realized that he was impatient, and because of his impatience, he destroyed his seed. I should have waited, he admitted. Tunde smiled. Now you have learned something important, Daniel. You should always be patient. Daniel nodded. I will try to be patient from now on. Now guess what happened? A few weeks later, the class had another project. This time, the children were making kites for a school fun day. The teacher gave everyone colorful paper, sticks, glue, and string. Can you see the teacher handing every child their materials to make a kite? Good job. The teacher carefully explained to the children the steps they need to take to make their kites. However, some children behaved like Daniel behaved the first time. They were impatient. They rushed through the activity. They did not follow through the steps. Daniel also wanted to do that, but then he remembered what happened to him the last time, how his seed got damaged because he was impatient. So, this time around, Daniel slowed down. He listened carefully and he followed instructions. Guess what happened to Daniel? Can you guess what happened? When they were done with the whole process, Daniel's kite was coming up beautifully, but guess what happened to other children's kites? It didn't come out well at all. The children were so frustrated. Their kite tore apart. As they tried to fly the kite, it was falling off. The kite was not looking good at all. Can you see? The children were looking so frustrated because their kites were not flying. Because, why were the kites not flying? Because they were not strong. They didn't make them well because they rushed. However, can you see Daniel's kite flying beautifully in the sky? Because Daniel was patient. Good job. Now, the children clapped for Daniel. As Daniel was running on the field, his kite was flying really high and everyone was so proud of him. His teacher came to him and smiled. She said, "Excellent work, Daniel. Your patience paid off. That was beautiful." Daniel was so happy. Can you see his teacher talking to him? Good job. That day, Daniel learned that patience is not always easy. Everyone say patience is not always easy. but it often leads to better results. So from now, you must learn to always be patient. Whenever you want to do something or whenever you are expecting something, you must learn to wait patiently. Because when you rush and you refuse to wait, you can damage it, you can destroy it, you can spoil it, okay? So you must learn to always be patient. Good job. Give yourselves a roll and a clap. Roll and clap. Well done, boys and girls. So what's the lesson from today's story? Always be patient. Good job. See you next time. Bye.